kind of a broken computer to film, so sorry if this is not actually recording properly. So I just wanted to make a brief video. Basically, I have, for the past couple years, been finishing a training program. I had been injured in an automobile accident and have been, it's just like completely changed my whole life, and some of the things as far as, you know, thinking of moving forward, sometimes it's just like getting up to walk to the bathroom is a challenge, but trying to move forward is kind of it's kind of just trying to think positive and surround myself with positive people. People would always say I was negative because I would say, oh, my rent went up $100, like stating an obvious fact, and then they would be like, oh my god, you're so negative. But the thing is, they're like, oh, that sucks, I'm glad I'm not her. So they kind of make it sound like I'm spending all day belly aching. Now, I do belly ache, I guess, about these injuries, this auto accident, not being able to pay for medical care, having people responding saying, hey, does your insurance cover this? No, it doesn't. I don't know what to do, and just trying to move forward. I did receive for the automobile accident request, or my treatment plan was to get a TENS unit. So I did get this in the mail on sale because everything on one of in the month of it's just killed my back and my neck, and like pretty much feels like every part of my body. I almost feel like I've been run over by a bus. So basically it comes with the little things that go on your skin, which I kind of hate. I want to be that patient that goes in when they do electric stim and brings my own. I don't like sharing skin stuff. It just kind of grosses me out. But this is basically the picture of it. I haven't used it yet because I just got it and we were at births. So this is this, and it also, I was going to bring it, and it's like, do not use while driving, and this and that, and then this came with it. So I'm going to have to test it and make sure it works. I had to order it. And just, I mean, it kind of was on the treatment plan list, but I couldn't afford it because even if insurance was covering this, it's going to be alternative medicine, and it's not going to be covered really. So one way or another, I can say all the what ifs and what ifs and what if I would be able to. It's like knowing how old people say food or medicine, and now I'm really getting that. I have to, like, I was going to go to the store, then I passed right by it. I got my kids some of their foods. I had foods from the food bank. I have foods that I was going to take to the food bank when I was doing stuff for the inspection, trying to clean stuff up. I went back to the car and brought it back. You know, okay, we're running out of food. So I had already got this. This is the stuff that I pretty much had to purchase out of pocket, everything, and I cannot. Actually had a few supplements. I had a couple of samples, which were given free, but I have allergies to stuff, so I'm trying to do food as medicine. But when you gotta put blinders on and go past the store, get some of the thing, you know, stuff that's anti-inflammatory, certain foods or beverages that are healing in nature, stuff that has ginger. This is just my opinion. I'm not giving medical advice. This is what I'm doing for myself. So secondly, just doing my training and wanting to be done. There's some aspects of it where your timing is no negotiation, and then other aspects where, but there's not a lot of negotiating, so you have to. Like today, I'm going to miss some of my training because I have a doctor's appointment, and I already planned it. I've already had the primary care say you need to go back to this guy because there's someone needs to help budge you there's a lot of things the chiropractor wanted me to do to help with the healing. I just can't pay. So if there's people that has the sliding scale, or I hate that, I'll bill you later, or credit card, that's going to be what it is. It's going to be what it is. So the ultimate thing is, in order for me to get to a point where I'm going to be able to do my job fully and full time, I'm doing that, but I'm not doing the hands-on with the clients. I'm doing the setup process still, but that gives you the opportunity, like, oh my gosh, my back is out. Like the other day, laying on the exercise ball, the doctor told me last time to do that. But if I'm in clients, I'm going to be more creative, which is also just trying to do this back bracing, like this, hide your ailments, and people will judge you. So I got an accident, somebody be like, why can't you clean your car? Why can't you do this? What's wrong? What happened to you at work? And all this. And it's just like, that accident freaking changed my life. That's what happened. And I wake up and say, why do I feel like I got hit by a truck? And I'm like, oh, duh, I did. And it's really difficult. Second thing is, I had somebody wanting to get me a computer for holiday gift. I don't have it. I said I can do some research, but every research I have points to like a Mac product. True Mac product. And this person actually told me you need to buy an iPhone, an iPad, and a MacBook. And I was like, yeah, no. Money, and I have my business stuff that I'm setting up, and it's not working with my devices. My devices are very old, outdated, broken. 5 minutes worth of work on my computer, and I have wanted to go to the library and get this library computer, but you can use it an hour a day. And so I'm like, it's like, just get, driving has been very difficult since being in an accident, so just getting out and driving there to use the computer for an hour, this can be like, 40 minutes of driving. I don't know. There, between there and back, and waiting in line. So, and then sharing and having people. Why does it sound like my alarm is going off? People talk too loud, and there's just kids running around, people coughing on you. I don't know. I have spent a lot of time in the libraries in this town because of lack of resources. So imagine yourself in pre-medical school in a university, and you don't have a computer that works. And imagine yourself trying to get notes. Imagine yourself trying to write reports for biology and do papers and study. And you have to download the notes, study them, print them. If you print, not having a device and I can go get my kids and come back and check the printer. Like, it was just, how soon can I get to my car so I can, drive across town in rush hour to get them by 6? It was a nightmare, and I actually had to retake one of my classes because it would take 3 to 4 hours to download and print the notes for biology. I did okay on the test, but it was just, borderline, and there was some issue with something in lab one day, and I just didn't get a good enough grade. I think I went back and got, a B or something, but I was waking up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning just to get my computer. Like I said, a 5-minute job takes 3 days. It's it was so hard, and that you would get in line at the computer lab, and it would be wrapped outside the room, down the hall, and that's what you're waiting. And it's God forbid you have to use the bathroom and run or something, but someone's going to take your computer, and it's just So you kind of had to camp out there, no drinks, no toilet, just don't drink anything all day. It was really hard, and then I got Toshiba, and it worked for a while. Then it got full of viruses, and I actually had to remediate a test. I could not access my notes because my computer had a bunch of viruses, and I could not access my computer and I didn't pass one of my exams, and the other exams, I don't know how I passed them. I must have usually like study for finals. It's like you study for the first test maybe in advance, and then you kind of like cram, and then you save the last couple days. It's not what I recommend. You save the last couple days for like, oh, this test's on Friday, this test's on Thursday, this one's on Monday. Like you kind of a couple weeks in advance you're studying for the Monday test. So it was lucky that I passed those first tests, but I know my computer was dead and I had to take it in, and then the guy accidentally erased. I lost all of my notes. I just had to go into the library, which is limited hours, and print all the notes from the computer. Just so that's one reason. If you can see behind me, these, well, you don't see a ton of notebooks. Believe me, there's a ton of notebooks in this place. I had trauma with having to cram, like, oh, it's 8:30, I just finished dinner, and the kids are getting ready for bed. Oh my god, I have a test tomorrow at 9, and like, I have to study, I have to go through the study guide, I have to go to my email and download any people who send study guides and stuff. And it sucks to be like, my computer is dead. I don't have an alternate computer. I didn't have a smartphone. The computer lab, the library is closed. The computer lab is closed. The test is at 9. Look, trying to find, I mean, I don't know, there's probably a place you can go when your kids are little. You're not going to be like, okay guys, you're going to go and sleep at some, 24-hour internet cafe. I don't know, even know if that exists. They used to have more stuff like that where you could use their internet. But just imagine how you feel if you need to kind of cram. Like I said, I don't recommend that anyways. Or at least, sometimes you go over stuff 2-3 weeks in advance. I've done this before. I'm like, I'm going to ace this test. So I started early. But I found, yeah, you need to really pull it together at the end. Because it's like, you kind of forget. You got to kind of refresh, have the study guide, pertinent details, a few pages. I like handwritten with colors. I like colored paper with my notes. I had several different things. This is a lot of paper. Really helped me. You're like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, alright, I did pathology in green. Just grab the green notes. And you're just kind of like, alright, just make myself study. And then, biochemistry in pink. I would do stuff like that. I'm a really visual and auditory and kinesthetic learner. I just like to utilize that. Most people in school had MacBooks. It was about 98% MacBooks. So they would just be like, kind of study, pull this nice compact computer out of their bag, open it up, sit there, do slides and notes. But I've had the computer just like, okay, it took me 6 hours to open this document. I didn't study. That's 6 hours I didn't study. If I had like a notebook in class, this is why pertinent. I wrote it because I would sit here waiting for my notes. Notebooks, like I said, are full of notes from class because the computer lost a lot of them, corrupted files, you can't access it, broken computers. And I am praying for some way to get a laptop that freaking works and a tablet so I can be portable. And I prefer to have a 4G so I can be portable with my business and get, once I see clients, it's going to be some timely things that I'm going to need to access the internet for anywhere. Like if I'm in a gas station, if I have to pull over, my dog works, I need to be on the internet. And it would be nice to do 4G subscription instead of always being on a public. If it's confidential, I don't necessarily want to be on a public. So I'm praying. If you guys have any ideas, everything that I think is minimal, including like carrying cases, enough memory for making publications. I'm writing classes, I'm writing PowerPoints, I've written classes and stuff, and sometimes I'm invited to write a class, and my computer, the same computer I'm using, it doesn't work. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not even going to stay up all night and do the PowerPoint. It's just like, you're going to be up all night, people are going to fall asleep during your speech because you're going to be like, okay, class, today we're going to, what, huh? Like, just go to sleep and don't deal with the tech stuff. And I know that if you are in a position where you need to, I mean, it's almost, besides doing your job, it's also competition. Who's got the best equipment? Who's doing it faster? Who's writing a book and publishing it about, say, paleo diet? Boom! My colleague publishes, it's a hit. I mean, I already got on this, classes at the health food store, and it's just like you're one step always, 2 steps always, 3 steps behind, and it's like even if everyone's doing their own thing, they're like, oh yeah, I did this, and I used my computer to do this, and then I ordered this, and then I have this here, and I'm doing real well. I bought a house, I bought this, and my kids went to private school and all this stuff, and then you're like, I'm still trying to, print a flyer that I had previously written a year ago. I can't even pull it up to change the phone numbers, which is realistic. I have a stack of documents for my business that have my home address and cell phone on it. I need my business address. I'm not even able to pull this junk open in my computer. I've been stalling on this for 3 months. It would be easier for me to go to the library and type it from scratch. And it would, but then I have to do that in an hour, then I have to go back and I don't want all my confidential information and my, address number saved in the computer. I might have to do it, and lately I haven't, with my schedule, I haven't been able to do it. So if you guys have any ideas, I had a couple people give us computers in the past from the old church, and it was full of virus. My internet people were like, that you have all this virus. So it's like, you gotta do your banking, online banking, bill pay, you have to order equipment. I search and scour for deals, and I still cannot purchase until it becomes you get a phone call or an email or a reminder, if you do not, take this CE class for your license by this date, you're gonna lose your license, and then you have to pay $100 late fee and this and that and the other, and reinstate, and you have to go to work. So you're like, yeah, oh my god, I gotta take this online class, and then you finally take 3 days to get to the website, click on the link to the class, your computer crashes. You gotta be somewhere, then you get called to something, then you gotta be somewhere, and then you have inspection, and then your computer erased wherever you were, and you spend 3 days. Again, turns into 3 months, turns into freaking 3 years with me, I feel like. So, that's what I am. If you have any ideas, my biggest idea is to go to the library and just chance it and just try to wipe any memory of what I type. Once you digitize, it's in there. I mean, most of what I type from my business is not confidential. It just has my address and phone number and my stuff. I don't want someone to duplicate it and copyright. Our stuff is copywritten and stuff. But it's getting to a point where if I don't do something, my business is going to fail because I'm left behind. I mean, the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise was left behind, but at least he could walk to the finish line. The computer, the finish line is there, here, and there's no way you can get from here to there. You can't even crawl on your chin or on your elbows, at this point. So, the truth of the matter is, I don't have the funds to get the expensive one that I feel that's got all the minimum requirements that I need. I need a portable tablet so that I can do the Square and all the other billing, as well as have my presentations, my pictures, and my videos on that device that can go in my purse. And then I also need, I said that the business will not work without these items. So right now, there's things you volunteer. So my daughter and me used to volunteer all this stuff. We'll give your kids a laptop if they do this and that. We should have signed up for it. But then again, I'm always afraid you're going to get something used and someone's going to have a tracking on there, and everything you type in is going to show up. Credit card, I get freaked out, kind of like a zip I'm going to go and go ahead and start getting ready for the rest of the day. I am really overwhelmed. I think that single parenting is really hard. Exercise. Everything you do is never good enough. And it's like, you can stay up all night for 3 days to try to do one thing, when if you are with a partner, even a friend, even an aunt or uncle, you could get it done in half a day, and you're staying up for 3 nights to try to do something, and then you're just like so tired, and be like, you're weak, you're lazy, you never do anything right, what's your problem? And it's just like, you just really want, you don't care their opinion. Actually, you hear it so much, you're just like, if they went in my shoes for a day, they would be like, let me out of this nightmare. Like, I've had people say, I don't envy your life at all. So that's where I am today. So if you have any ideas about computers, devices, hesitating about getting stuff used, I'm scared of Craigslist, like people steal stuff and sell them, and I, like I said, use computers absolutely not compatible with anything because they were so old. Obviously, RLS, they wouldn't just give away. Basically, they give you the computer, it's going to save them from having to pay the recycling company to discard it. And that's the truth of the matter. As far as my business, I will go ahead and do what I can to update links and videos and get some more information. I'm at a point where I'm ready to get more information about who I am and what I'm doing. So this Valentine's Day, which I really don't celebrate. I don't know. Kids used to do it when they were younger. Don't really. I had considered sending relatives a bunch of cards and some of my homemade products from one of my businesses, and kind of put the tag on it and kind of get my name out there, but also kind of be like, hey, can you tell me if anything goes wrong with this product? Because I'm kind of like, this is a prototype kind of thing, and I don't want to take everything for myself, which is one main reason I come up with TrinketHealthAtHome.com, is because there's so many products that I have allergies to, and it's either that or it's very overpriced, and it's very difficult to build a business, especially or take pictures and upload them. But it was just to make these products to save money and to make sure I know what's going in the ingredients, because I think a lot of people also have hidden ingredients as far as natural flavors, natural scents, vegetables, something. I think there's a lot of allergens that aren't disclosed if it's not like wheat or whatever, so I may be done. Have a good day, and I will keep you posted on what my decisions are. I am trying to take notes. I hate having all these pages, but I told my kid, and we got this free center, I told my kid, well, we have all these notebooks, I might as well take notes and organize my thoughts and just do that on a regular basis. And there's nothing stopping me from putting this in the recycling. You know, once I'm done, just check it off and it's done. So I will. This weekend, I said, you know, it feels like things are spiraling and things seem. My employment issue is just horrible, and it's just ongoing right now. I don't feel like I'm moving forward. I'm maintaining, trying to like tread water. So I just reminded myself to stay joyful, because going down in the dumps is not going to attract a lot of clients, customers, patients, families. It's not going to be a joyful thing. So I'm really grateful to be able to say, okay, I'm going to change something about my attitude. And if I end up on the side of the road with nothing, with the clothes on my back and a cardboard sign, I'm still going to maintain that joy, because it's just going to, it will be, I hope that doesn't happen. I kind of been down at that level, and it breaks my heart to see myself hovering homelessness and poverty. I'm in poverty, but homelessness is a real issue with my life. I've been chronically homeless on and off since the 90s, and I hate it. I'm educated, I am a professional, I'm a business owner, and I have 2 kids. that I'm raising and supporting and keeping clothed and fed. And there's just been, with abuse and, grandmas had died, not a lot of family support. There's never like a relative. Very rarely you'll have, oh, I love you, tell the kids I love them. It's like very rare, and you think of that one person, like, oh, they're like an angel. But it's like, you kind of only get hatred from a lot of relatives. Like, oh my God, we don't want to talk to you, like, stop calling. Oh my God, you're such a snob. Oh my God, you're not doing what I want you to do, even though you're an adult. And it's just like, what's your problem? You're a loser. Like, that's some of my relatives, and it's like, you're supposed to be kind of my ally and not my enemy. It's like, so with that, I'm, like I said, staying joyful and learning to, I don't want to be that I gotta just, like, I don't want to hear you. So I think things are getting a little choppy with this video. Let me go ahead and stop and publish it. God bless.